Julius Caesar, Act 1, Scene 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to ConcepTara. Imagine this. A city is celebrating a great victory. The streets are full of cheering people. Decorations hang everywhere, and everyone seems happy. But suddenly, two government officials arrive and start scolding the crowd instead of joining the celebration. Why are they angry? Why do they want to stop the celebrations? And what does this have to do with one of the greatest tragedies ever written? In today's video, we'll explore Julius Caesar, Act 1, Scene 1 in a simple and interesting way. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand the complete scene, the important characters, literary devices, themes, and the key exam points you need for your ICSE board exams. So, without wasting any time, let's begin. Before we dive into the scene, let's understand the background. The play is set in ancient Rome, a powerful republic, where leaders were elected instead of having a king. The Romans were proud of this system because they believed that no single person should have absolute power. At this time, Rome had witnessed a civil war between two great military leaders, Pompey and Julius Caesar. Caesar emerged victorious after defeating the supporters and sons of Pompey. As he returned to Rome, the citizens welcomed him with grand celebrations. The streets were decorated, and everyone gathered to honor their new hero. However, not everyone shared the excitement. Many Roman politicians believed that Caesar's growing popularity was dangerous. They feared that if he became too powerful, he might destroy the republic and declare himself king. This fear is exactly where our story begins. Let's meet the important characters. Flavius. Flavius is a Roman tribune. His responsibility is to protect the interests of the common people. However, he strongly opposes Julius Caesar because he believes Caesar's popularity threatens Rome's freedom. Marillus. Marillus is another tribune and shares Flavius' views. He is even more emotional and openly criticizes the citizens for celebrating Caesar. The carpenter. The carpenter is an ordinary worker. He politely answers the questions asked by the tribunes. The cobbler. The cobbler is a shoemaker. He is witty, humorous, and enjoys confusing Flavius with clever jokes and puns. Although his conversation is funny, it also shows Shakespeare's brilliant use of language. The play opens on a street in Rome. The atmosphere is joyful. People have left their work and gathered to celebrate Julius Caesar's victory. Flavius and Marillus enter the scene. The first thing they notice is that the streets are crowded with workers instead of people doing their jobs. Flavius becomes annoyed and asks the carpenter why he is wandering through the streets instead of working. The carpenter respectfully replies that he has come to celebrate Caesar's victory. Next, Flavius questions the cobbler. Unlike the carpenter, the cobbler doesn't give a straightforward answer. Instead, he begins making jokes. He says he is a mender of bad souls. This is one of Shakespeare's famous puns. The word soul refers to the bottom part of the shoe, but it sounds exactly like the word soul, meaning the spirit of a person. So, the cobbler humorously suggests that he repairs both shoes and people's souls. Flavius becomes increasingly frustrated because the cobbler refuses to answer seriously. Eventually, the tribunes discover that everyone is gathered to celebrate Caesar's victory. This makes Marillus extremely angry. He reminds the citizens that not long ago they admired Pompey. Whenever Pompey returned after victory, these same people would rush into the streets. Some climbed walls, others stood on rooftops. Everyone wanted just one glimpse of their great hero. But today, they have completely forgotten him. Instead, they are celebrating the man who defeated Pompey's family. Merillus calls the people ungrateful and foolish. He tells them that they should feel ashamed of changing their loyalty so quickly. He orders everyone to return home immediately. He even asks them to pray to the gods and seek forgiveness for their disloyalty. The frightened crowd quietly leaves. Once the streets become empty, Flavius and Merillus discuss their next plan. They decide to remove all the decorations placed on Caesar's statues. Why? Because they believe that every decoration increases Caesar's popularity. And if Caesar becomes too popular, he may become too powerful. Flavius compares Caesar to a bird. He says that by removing these decorations, they're like removing the bird's feathers, preventing it from flying too high. This symbolic action shows that they are determined to stop Caesar's rise before it is too late. The scene ends with both tribunes leaving to carry out their plan. Now let's look at some literary devices used in this scene. Pun, the cobbler statement. I am a mender of bad souls. The word souls has two meanings, shoe souls and human souls. This double meaning creates humor. Irony. The citizens once admired Pompey, but now they celebrate Caesar without hesitation. This sudden change in loyalty is ironic. Symbolism. The decorations on Caesar's statues symbolize his growing power and popularity. Removing them represents an attempt to stop his rise. Metaphor. Flavius compares Caesar to a bird whose feathers are being removed. The feathers represent Caesar's increasing influence. This opening scene introduces several important themes. The first theme is power. Caesar's growing popularity worries many Roman leaders. The second theme is loyalty. The common people quickly abandon Pompey and support Caesar. The third theme is politics. The scene shows that Rome is politically divided. The final theme is public opinion. Shakespeare demonstrates how easily the crowd changes its support depending on who appears successful. Let's revise some important questions. Question first. Why are Flavius and Merillus angry? Answer. They are angry because the citizens have forgotten Pompey and are celebrating Caesar, whom they believe is becoming dangerously powerful. Question second. Why is the cobbler's conversation humorous? Answer. Because Shakespeare uses puns and clever wordplay based on the cobbler profession. Question third. Why do the tribunes remove the decorations from Caesar's statues? Answer. They hope to reduce Caesar's popularity and prevent him from gaining too much power. Question fourth. What is the importance of this opening scene? Answer. It introduces a political conflict of the play, highlights the fickle nature of the Roman citizens, and foreshadows a conspiracy against Julius Caesar. Although Julius Caesar doesn't appear in this opening scene, his influence is felt everywhere through the conversations of ordinary citizens and Roman tribunes. Shakespeare introduces the major conflict of the play, the struggle between ambition, loyalty, and political power. This seemingly simple opening scene lays a foundation for everything that follows, making it one of the most important scenes in the entire play. And that's a complete explanation of Julius Caesar. Act 1, Scene 1. If this video helped you understand the chapter, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to ConcepTara for more simple, detailed, and exam-focused ICSE English literature lessons. In the next video, we'll cover Act 1, Scene 2, where Julius Caesar finally appears. The soothsayer gives his famous warning, and the seeds of conspiracy begin to grow. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.